Hello everyone, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope that you're enjoying your weekend. Today we're continuing with our practice and we're going to be talking about applying the law of pure potentiality. Pretty much we're going to piggyback on what we talked about yesterday with the law of Dharma, in that today's practice is all about disconnecting from the external and going within. Kind of suiting for the weekend, right? The two practices for the weekend really are about disengaging from the expectations that others have of us and really giving our attention and our focus to what we truly desire. And the law of pure potentiality is all about that. It's all about the difference between self-referral and object referral. Self-referral means that we're taking all of our cues from how we're feeling on the inside and what truly matters and resonates most with us on the inside, the things that bring us the most joy. And object referral has more to do with connecting with joy from external people, circumstances, and events. So ultimately, what we're always trying to do is connect with ourselves. The more that we learn and practice and connect with our essence, our spirit, our higher self, and learn more about ourselves to know what matters most to ourselves, the stronger we're going to be, and the more happier life we're going to live. Because we're truly taking action based on what we're connecting with on the inside. And that's what matters most. And so we talked about that yesterday when we talked about the law of Dharma, dropping and disengaging from the avatar. And today's practice is really all about that as well, in that we need to take those cues from ourselves and really figure out what's going to bring us joy. The difference in today's practice than yesterday's practice is the fact that we will be spending more time outside and with nature. Spending time with nature really has the tendency to help us become more peaceful. I know that for me, while I had my experience of my unanticipated event a couple of weeks ago, I found myself practicing the law of pure potentiality just about on every given day. I really did need to disengage from all the chaos that I was experiencing outside of myself so that I could have some peace on the inside. And ways that I do that is I spend time on my patio. I really enjoy landscaping, and I find it to be an opportunity for me to be in the present moment. I'm completely disengaged. I'm not paying attention to what anybody else is saying or thinking or doing or what's happening around me. I'm completely covered in dirt, and I'm just nurturing. It's a very nurturing practice for me because I'm taking the time to beautify my own space, which was definitely needed after the events that took place. Like I mentioned to you, the energy just wasn't the same. And for weeks leading up to this event, actually, the weather in Florida hadn't been so great. A lot of rain, a lot of flooding, and my patio and my landscaping required a lot of attention. So I was able to really disengage by giving my full attention to beautifying my space and creating an energy where it was just my energy rather than all of the energy of all the people that were moving through my patio and moving through my home. I found it to be very, very relaxing and very, very peaceful. The other part of this practice, again, is the meditation part of this practice, and I know that I've already shared with you. I hope you tried it actually yesterday when I mentioned that, just sit for a few minutes. How did you do? Let me know. I mean, how long did you actually sit? Was it longer than you expected? I'm learning for myself that, when I find myself in stillness, in that peaceful place, I'm finding myself that I'm sitting there for longer periods of time. It used to be only like 15 minutes. 15 minutes turned into about 25 minutes. 25 minutes turned into about 40 minutes. And then I was sitting for consistently about 50 minutes. And lately, I've been sitting for an hour, a complete hour. And in my meditation practice, when I'm sitting down and connecting with stillness, I always ask myself up front the three soul questions, which I shared yesterday and I'll repeat today. Who am I? What do I want? And how do I best serve? That I always start with that, and I just repeat those questions over and over again. Usually there's complete stillness. Usually when I'm asking those questions, it's complete stillness. I'm just listening. And there's very little internal dialogue that's playing through my head. So really when I want to connect with stillness, I just ask myself those questions and pretty much everything shuts down. It's kind of funny. And then I move into my primordial sound. While I was at the Seduction of Spirit retreat back in July, I was given a primordial sound that I actually focus on. And I practice that, and I just practice that until I feel like I want to move on. And when I'm ready to move on, that's when I work on my chakras. I actually go through all of the different chakras. I give my attention to each of the chakras. So I focus on the root chakra, which is red, and the mantra associated with that, which is Lam. Then I move to the sacral chakra, which is orange. And I focus on the mantra, which is Vam. And then I move up to the solar plexus, and I'm in the power chakra, and I'm thinking yellow, and I say the mantra Ram. Then I move up into the heart chakra, and I'm thinking emerald green, and I repeat the mantra Yum. And then I move up to the throat chakra, the chakra for expression, and I repeat, I think sky blue, and I repeat the mantra, which is Hum. And then I move up to the intuition chakra, which is violet for me, and I repeat Sham. And then I move up to the crown chakra, and I think white light, and I repeat Om. Now when I'm repeating these mantras, I'm actually repeating them to myself silently as I'm thinking and focusing on each of the different chakras. And then I do it out loud at the end. I go through each of the chakras just to clear them and open them up. So that's what my meditation practice is. And like I said, the more I keep doing it, the longer I find myself sitting. And I think that's really invaluable because it really does for me create this sense of stillness, the sense of peace that disconnects me from all of the external chaos that I could be experiencing in any given moment. And I absolutely feel that peace, I absolutely feel that stillness, and I absolutely feel the strength that I have to deal with the activities that are required to navigate through the dynamics of life. Because the life dynamics are always changing. You never know, I never know, in any given moment what's going to happen, who's going to call, who's going to come by, what interaction I'm going to have, what unexpected event might take place, what might not work out the way that I want it to work out. It's really, to me, when I think of the law of pure potentiality and I think of the practice of meditation and connecting with stillness, it is really something that strengthens me to be able to deal with all of the dynamics because I do feel stronger. I feel like there's this buffer between me and the world. I feel like there's a white light that's surrounding me. And yes, it's true that unanticipated events do come in and they do happen. And sometimes we're not ready for them. And yet I feel more prepared to handle them as they arise, as they happen, because I have this stillness within inside of me that gives me this strength. So I always look at Sundays as the day to strengthen my spirit. It's the day that I give to myself to just make my insides more strong, my spirit more strong, my essence more strong. And that's really what the practice is. And so I hope that you will incorporate some of that into your day. Find something outside that you enjoy doing where you can lose time and just be present and be in the now and feel that sense of joy as you're doing it. It's a beautiful feeling, and it's something that really is required, at least from my perspective, to be able to handle the different energies, the different experiences, the different situations that arise in our life. So I hope that you practice that today. I hope that you have an absolutely outstanding day, and I look forward to connecting with you tomorrow. Bye.